Do you feel like with your technology, you're always out of date? There's always something more to be doing, and you're never going to get on top of those photos and managing them? Well, if that's the case, then you're in the right place because today we're going to talk about tech goals. Yes, tech goals, just like we have financial goals, relational goals, spiritual goals. We also have tech goals, and I'm going to be teaching those to you today. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and we're going to hop right into it. Here we go. Okay, first, I just want to congratulate you for joining me today. I know sometimes it's hard to get online. I know sometimes just carving out the time can be a challenge. And I want to congratulate you and applaud you for being here today to learn something new. I love being in the presence of lifelong learners, and I am proud of you and so very thankful that you're here. If this is your first time joining me, I want to say welcome. My name is Abby. I'm the founder of Senior Savvy, and I do workshops like these across the country every week. And I'm teaching thousands of older adults the tech skills they need to excel in today's world. Now, I always want to let you know, if you have any questions whatsoever, you can email me at any time. My email address will be at the end, and or put them in the comments here in the chat, and I will get back to you. While you're at it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and I will be so happy to know that this video is impacting your life. Today, we're going to talk about the various tech goals that I would like to see you put into action now so that the rest of your year was going to be wonderful. Because we do create a lot of goals for ourselves throughout the year. Maybe they're fitness goals or spiritual goals. But do we have a focus plan for our tech goals? It might be that we want to get rid of some old devices. It might be that we want to donate them. We want to wipe them clean and sell them. It might be that we want to repurpose them or even declutter them. Or this year, we're going to get more secure online. And those are exactly the type of goals we're going to talk about today. There are a lot of choices to do, a lot of things you can opt to do with your devices. If you're thinking about decluttering them, repurposing them, let's start right there because there are a lot of things that you can do with an older desktop. You can use it just for games. You can use it for email, or you can even plug it in and use it as an extended monitor on another device. Yes, a lot of my students have done that in the past year. Same thing with an older TV. You can plug those two in. You can plug your laptop screen and an older TV in, and thereby having a big, big screen for you to work from. So before you just get rid of that old TV, think about it. Can you repurpose it? Can you use it as a smart TV by getting a Roku stick? So there are certain things you can do. If you want to get rid of it, I getcha. I like to do some spring cleaning in my house all the time. And I love to take things to the Goodwill. There are a couple of other sources that I want to bring to your attention. One is called PC Refurbished. And what they're going to do is they're going to take your old computer and they're going to repurpose them for those who are in need of technology. There's also a place you can go and send your older hearing aids to. They're going to refurbish your old hearing aids for low-income people nationwide. It's called hearingaiddonations.org. Whatever you do, though, don't throw them away because they're not biodegradable, okay? When it comes to your cell phones, I love using cell phones for soldiers. This is a way for you to give back to the military and allow them to use maybe your slightly older device or repurpose it for another use. And so you can access that website by going on to cellphonesforsoldiers.com. When you think about selling your devices, I always think about eBay. And I've sold many things on eBay. Your old technology might be worth some money. I usually like to go on eBay first and I'll type in my make and my model and see if there's a market for it. If there is, I usually enter in the details of my device. I find the value and then I post it. And Sometimes it gets sold and sometimes it doesn't, but it's worth a try. If you have some older technology that you have purchased, like a CPU, one of those towers or a specialized monitor, for instance, Cell GPU will purchase those. They like those parts. You can go online to sellgpu.com and see if they would like to purchase your old CPU. There's also Gazelle, and I've used Gazelle many times. The nice thing about Gazelle is you can enter the details of your device. They're going to send you a prepaid envelope for you to package your device in, and then they'll send you a check. So I have used Gazelle for older devices many, many times. It's really easy to use. Before you get rid of your old device, whether you donate it or you sell it, I want you to wipe it clean. Now, in the next couple slides, I'm going to take you through the steps of how to wipe clean your various devices. So what I recommend you do is you get your phone ready to take a picture, okay? So here we go. If you have a Windows device, a Dell, an HP, a Lenovo, and you want to wipe it clean so you can donate it or sell it, what you're going to do is you're going to go to Settings, Update and Security, Recovery, and then Get Started under Reset this PC option. If you have a Chromebook, the path is you go Settings, Advanced, and then you click on Power Wash to wipe all your information off of it. For your Mac computer, what you're going to want to do is restart your device. You're going to hold down Option Command R in order to enter the recovery mode. Okay, you hold those all down at the same time. Option Command R. And then you're going to choose to reinstall Mac OS. You're going to click Confirm. And you can always call me for help or call AppleCare. I'll guide you through it. When it comes to your devices, whether it's an iPad or an iPhone, you're going to go Settings, General, and erase all content and settings. You're going to need your Apple ID and your password, so make sure you're ready for those, okay? There's no way around this without having those. And when it comes to your Android devices, you're going to go Settings, System Advanced, Reset, and Erase All. And there you go. That is how you wipe clean your devices. Now, if you're planning on keeping them and you want to do some decluttering, which I totally recommend as one of your tech goals, a good place to start is within your inbox. One thing I like to do is I like to search and sort by sender. If I know that I have a whole, like hundreds of emails from Macy's, for instance, I want them all to come up at once, or Pottery Barn or Land's End, I can sort by sender. I can select them all at once and delete them. I can also sort by attachments, which happen to take up a large amount of your storage space. And I can sort by years, 2021 to 2022, for instance. So there are some nifty ways that you can sort and clean out your inbox. Another thing I want you to do is to tidy up your desktop. When I work with you, I see a lot of desktops like this. And what this does, this is not a filing system. This is confusion to your computer. Your computer's having to do a process called a defrag. Remember that from the good old days? We used to do a defragmentation, system defrag. Well, every time you have all of these files on your desktop, what's happening is your computer is having to search through them and sort them and try to organize them and make sense of why you have them all here. And that's taking up a lot of resources. So I want you to drag them and drop them into folders. In your apps, if you're not using an app, and you can sort these by the date you last used them, go ahead and uninstall. They're just taking up space. And if you're not using it, there's no reason to keep it around. You may also have some old downloads. In the past couple of years, we've tried a lot of different computer software systems, just, video call software, all that. And so you probably have found one you really like, maybe two, but you don't need all the rest of them. So go ahead and delete old downloads. When it comes to our devices, I want you to go into your settings, go to notifications, and then toggle off those pesky notifications. You don't need to be notified every time there's a new news story, every time a person posts a new photo on Facebook, but you do want to know if you're getting a phone call, right? You do want to know if you've got a new email or a FaceTime call. So be selective. For me, I usually have about 5 of those out of all of those apps. And the default for all those apps is that they're on. So go in and toggle off the ones you don't want to be notified by. You can also clear your browsing data. This is something that I typically do about once a month. I do this because it helps my browser run faster. So go into your browser settings, and then you're going to select browsing data or history or cache. It has a couple different words to it. And then from there, you're going to clear your browsing data. Now, finally, and I got to tell you, this is the most important one out of all of these. If you're going to hear anything from me at all, hear this. I want you to update your operating system. And the reason why is because every operating system update has a security patch. Updating your system allows it to run as functional as possible. And the third thing is that when you update your system regularly, you're extending the longevity of your device. So lean into these software updates and do them. Next, we're going to move into an area of security. I love talking about online security because it's one area a lot of my students have trouble with. And one thing I want to teach you to do is always look for the HTTPS. The S in the URL, in the address locator line, means that it has been secured. Okay, so I want you to keep your eye there. A lot of people will ask me cookies or no cookies, and actually that's more of a personal question for you. I don't mind that Amazon is collecting cookies on my shopping behavior. This way, they're tailoring my shopping experience for next time, and I'm okay with that. But there are some sites you might just go on one time only, and you may not want them to collect any data from you. Also, in line with security is the spam email that we all get. And I know there are 3 telltale signs to seeing and detecting a spam email. Here's the first one. There's typos. There will always be typos in an email. Your eye might be reading so quickly you pass it up and you don't see it, but I want you to look closely. Number 2, I want you to hover your mouse over who it is from. It might say it's from FedEx, but when you hover your mouse there, you will most likely see it's from a public domain like Gmail or Yahoo. So be very careful and see who it's from. And then number 3, there's always some sort of heightened sense of urgency. Click here or else, right? And be aware of that because the hackers are preying on your sense of urgency and want you to click there to get more information from you. An excellent goal for this year is to get yourself a new password book. Yes, and what I mean by that is don't just use some old thing you've got laying around of it, like an old notepad. Those are not sufficient enough for you. I want you to get yourself an old password book like this one. It's 8.5 by 11. It has great big lines on it that you could enter your password, your information, the account information, the security questions. A lot of times what I see my students doing is you'll use a really small black book, and those small black books, they get lost. They get lost in a stack of files. They get lost behind the desk. They're hard to find, which does not make it an efficient password process. All right. So I want you to get a big one like this. This is an 8.5 by 11. You're not going to lose it. I've created a password strategy that will help you learn and create secure passwords for each and every account you use. You can go online and take this class. I've designed it for people who are 80 years old, and I have a system in place that you're going to be able to do time and time again. Holy smokes, we're out of time. Well, I just wanted to first let you know, if you want to find more of me, if you want to join me more often, look for me on Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn. My picture's always the same, and I'm here on YouTube. Now, if you heard anything I said, I want you to remember to update your software so that you get those security patches, you extend the longevity of your device, and you maintain the functionality. All right. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me, connect with me anytime, and I'll be here to help you. Thank you.